Hello everybody, welcome to the next video in the Campfire series. Today we are going to be formatting an SSD using Ubuntu 25, Ubuntu 25.04. The next video in the Campfire series. Hi J. What's going on? So yeah, and I think, let's see. So let's say using native Debian tool. I don't know. I'm just trying to get this done quick. I don't know if I've ever done this on Debian Linux. I may have even made another video about doing it on Nix, but let's just see what we have so far. What am I doing for today's live? J. We are gonna see if you're a real person. What I'm doing is oh cool, you are. Welcome to the channel. We're formatting an SSD. That's what we're doing. What are you up to today? So yeah, okay. So first step would probably be to see what formats we already have, because I want everything to be the same format, I guess, in this scenario. And yeah, so we'll just be doing a couple things. Let's do this. Let's bring over to terminal, and let's do that. And so this is, I think, a bunch of stuff. Right, so this is the one we want to format, and it doesn't actually say here the SSD format. So how to see the format of my SSD on Ubuntu. The audio is fine, but you can barely hear me and you have max volume. Let's see here. Is this any better? Is this any better? I don't know if it should be in this little like yellow section or red. Mic check. 1, 2. Okay, great. So yeah, this is a bit of a every time doing something new like this is one of those things that it's like, I don't know. Well, we're gonna learn some other stuff, I think, because let's just see what these flags do. The D flag, this is the O flag, name and rota. We're gonna do what is the D flag with SBLK command, because we just don't want to type in things we don't understand. Only show information about top level devices. Okay, that's fine. And then let's do the O flag. See what that does. Where's chat? Sorry. Awesome. Okay, here we are. Okay, so that's just gonna change how how the output comes out, and so what that's gonna do with the name and rota, it's gonna be the name and I guess rotations. I don't know what rota. What is the rota of an SSD? I kind of have a feeling that's for hard drives and not SSDs. Let's see when this article is recent. Yeah, see? 0, a non-rotational device. That's fine. We can run this command. I should just pop up with a 0. We can type it in. We'll type it in lsblk-d-0 name rota. Yeah, that's not helping us, is it? Using us or block devices. Okay. How to check hard disk specs? What am I searching for? I'm searching for format. This is just new expanded format. Everything's popping up with information. It's so annoying. Does it matter? What is the standard format for SDs for Ubuntu 25.04? This is like one of those things that's really annoying. Because this is some pretty hardcore smart stuff. Yeah. I'm not sure what to say to that. I don't think it is as much as you think it is. It just takes time to learn. I think it's probably ext4. Check my boot drive format on Linux command. JDot, I'm trying to remember. Go to channel. I'm looking for it. It looks like some sort of got some video games here. All right. This looks like Roblox. I'm probably gonna learn how to build Roblox experiences at some point. Because it seems fun to me. To check the format of your boot drive in Linux, you use several commands depending on the specific information. Determine your system's UEFI or BIOS. We don't need to figure if it's your BIOS. Fdisk sounds familiar. You'll make a new YouTube short now if I want you to. It's up to you. What do you want to make? What are you going to make it about? How about just simply, is there a way to view my file system type on Linux? That's what I should be doing. Because, right, that's what the formatting, you're formatting it with a file system. It's like, oh man, these words. VFAT, is that what we're on right here? No, one has VFAT and one's the ext4. And use percentage 1%. Okay. So ext4. So we're going to format to ext4. Okay. So let's just I'll just put this in the thing. tldr df tldr step 1 df-t to find current format of drives. And then we'll run. Okay, so now we move on to how to format a drive to be ext4 on Ubuntu 25.04. This partitioning business always kind of drives me nuts. And I like using fdisk, you can kind of mess up your system. We'll run the Reddit. I like to, sometimes Reddit can be helpful. Like, I want to format the whole drive. That's what's annoying. How to format an entire SSD to J-Dot, you're I don't understand the significance of this like thing. I guess because I was viewing your channel. Is that what this is about? Type N to create a new partition. I see I'm out of my element here. This is like sysadmin stuff, which is great stuff to learn. I just don't know it yet. And man, the reason I don't know it is stupid. I will tell you that. That's formatting an external. We're trying to format an internal. We are trying to format an internal. I don't know why this is taking so long. It's bugging me. Let's go to the fdisk documentation. Let's do that because that's the command we're apparently going to be using. Linux manual page. It's fine. Oh, it's so bright. Is there dark documentation? Can I change my Brave settings to be dark? I kind of want to see if I can change dark mode real quick. Maybe I'll just rough it. Oh, this is brutal. We could just do this. We could run this. Fdisk help. There we go. We'll try and do it this way. It's kind of funny to me. Well, it's kind of funny to me. Okay, that's fine. We can do this. Let's run, is that gonna work? Let's do this. We're just gonna go through this the slow and rough way. I want a separate window here. It won't let me pull it out. That's really annoying. Detach terminal. There we go. All right, fdisk, and then we'll run L. Permission denied. I guess part of the reason I'm display partitions. This is stuff that maybe should not be publicly shown. So it wants me to run it as root in order to do that command. And I am gonna have to do that. Let's check YouTube. Let's see if someone else have done this. I don't want to show too much, I guess. Fdisk. Using fdisk to format a new NVMe to ext4, right? Is that what I'm doing? Because I did df-t, and that gives me 17%. Yeah, ext4. We're doing ext4. Okay.
Now, if you add a new hard drive to a Linux system, that hard drive needs to be partitioned and it needs to be formatted before you can actually start using it.
Here's what I don't understand. Why do I have to partition it? Like,
so today I want to go through
it don't make sense to me. It does not make sense to me. Why one would have to partition.
So today I want to go through the process of finding the name of the hard drive when it's connected, how to partition it, how to format it, all from the command line on a Linux system. So if that interests you, then please let me explain. Okay, so the first step is that once you connect up
You made a video. What was your video about, J-Dot?
Your new hard drive, that's an internal drive using, let's say, SATA, or an external drive using USB or whatever, you need to find the name of that device. Now in Linux, all devices that you connect to your machine come under a special name in the dev folder, /dev for device. And you need to be able to find the name of that device, and then you'll be able to reference it when you are partitioning it and formatting it and so on. So let's go over to our Linux machine and see how you list the devices that are connected to your machine.
A phone cooling system for what kind of phone cooling? Like, when are you going to want to keep your phone cool?
Okay, so here we are on one of my Linux boxes, and so the first thing we want to do is discover the hard drive. Now the easiest way in my opinion to do this is lsblk for kind of list block devices with the minus big S, minus capital S, which will only show the SCSI drives, and for historical reasons hard drives appear as SCSI drives. We hit enter, and here we can see that there are 3 disks listed: SDA, SDB and SDC. This is a serial ATA drive, and look, it's a Western Digital, we can see that there. And it's actually this one here, SDC, that I'm going to be using today, and it's connected, actually this is a housing for USB, which it tells us here it says SATA and SATA. Okay, so I found the disks using that way. There are a couple other ways of doing it. Another way would be to do sudo super user.
These loops are driving me nuts. They are driving me nuts. Delete.
fdisk.
Yeah. All right, we're going to experiment because we've never done this before, but I will do this and I will watch your video real quick. I don't get it. I do not get your short. I do not understand it.
Minus L. Now that will show a load of stuff. As you can see there, that's lots of stuff. So to not see these loop ones that we're seeing here, what we can actually do is say pipe that into grep, and I've got a video on grep, remember, minus I /dev /sd, and then that lists out the drives, and here we see SDA 300 gigabytes, SDB 300 gigabytes, and SDC 1 terabyte drive there. So again, SDC is what we want to see, and there's a finer way of doing it. Sudo parted, which we'll look at later, as well as we will look at fdisk later as well. Minus L again lists all the different things out like that, and again I
don't really know what's going on with trends. What do you mean it's a trend and it works for views? It's algorithm hacking.
Can probably do a grep for something there. Let's look for SD something. And there we go. SDC is 1 gigabyte. SDB is 320 gigabytes. And SD 1 terabyte, I meant to say. Sorry, SDC is 1 terabyte. Okay, so there we go. We know now for sure that we want to use /dev/SDC. Okay, now you know the name of the device, /dev/SDA, for example. How do we now partition that? Partitioning means to take that raw block of all those data that's there and actually say, I want to have this used for a file system. You haven't yet put the file system on it, but I want to use it as a file system, maybe as one big block, maybe as two.
This is what I don't understand. Maybe I will go back and... What's a PUGH? This is like... Okay, so it's like someone who's not cool. So like some loser made 100K views doing it or something. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. So if something's partitioned, I want it to unpartition. Can you unpartition a drive? This is like the type of thing that I should just read a Linux manual for. Like, it's just faster, and it is making me tempted to stop and do that. But we might just try and power through because we already started, I guess. Mostly because the manual that I have for Linux is being used to prop up something that I don't want to unprop it up. I'm using the manual as a leveling device. So here's what I think is going on. These NVMe 1, P1, PP, P2, I think these are all, this is what's confusing, right? There's one drive, there's one NVMe drive. And this, I think, is some Ubuntu stuff. This is the snap store, right? This is how Ubuntu works. You see these snaps. It's like different software. And so I think all this has happened on this drive. But I would like to understand this better. So I kind of want to watch this section of the video again, because I just want to make sure that I'm only messing with the 1.8 terabyte hard drive.
Separate partitions, one for the operating system, one minus big 88. That way, there are a couple other ways of doing it. Another way would be to do sudo super user fdisk.
Right, like this is confusing. Why is this three separate names, and they all say 1 terabyte? What is this thing? Mage min, RM mount points, RM. I think this is the rotation thing. Maybe, I don't know. I'm very confused now. I'm scared I'm gonna wipe out something. It's like, I guess I could not touch these. I could just only touch those. I just don't understand why this is listed 3 times. I don't understand why it's listed 3 times there. Right? Like, is that the total? That's the size of the drive, I guess. So maybe this is 16 megabytes. NVMe N1 is 1.8 terabyte. I don't know how this drive was formatted before, so
minus L.
Bye J. Thanks for dropping in. I hope you subscribe and like or whatever. Curious to hear what you do more with your channel.
Now that will show a load of stuff. As you can see there, that's lots of stuff.
Enjoy
so
your nap.
to not see these loop ones that we're seeing here, what we can actually do is say, so L, now that will show a load of stuff. As you can see
It does want me to run sudo. Yeah, well, subscribe and tell me what you want to learn.
That's lots of stuff. So to not see these loop ones that we're seeing here, what we can actually do is say pipe that into grep, and I've got a video on grep, remember.
I kind of want to go back to the fdisk help menu and just see. I can list partition tables. I wish these were organized by what's list and what's like do stuff, like what's find information versus which is write stuff to disk. I think I'm just going to keep going forward.
Partitioning means to take that raw block of all those data that's there and actually say, I want to have this used out. Disk/dev/sd, what was it? It was C that we were looking at. Okay, and that then tells us, this goes into the fdisk utility and just gives us this thing, command M for help. Well, if you do P for print, that will print out some stuff about the hard drive. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the O command. If you do M here, by the way, you get a list of all these different commands. O will create a new DOS, a new partition, a new partition table. So it'll erase everything that's there, and that's now empty. So if we do P now, we can see there are no partitions. So to create a new partition, you do N, do P, partition, a list of hard drive. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the O command. If you do M here, by the way, you get a list of all these different commands. O will we're going to use the O command. If you do M here, by the way, you get about the hard drive.
Where
what we're going to
we?
do,
Like,
print, that will print out
sudo fdisk. Okay. I want to get to the. I want to. We'll try. This is so risky. ls. Yeah. All right, I gotta find it first. Oh, it's just the output. Whoops. I like this one. I like this, how that popped up. Let's try this. Let us try this. I'll do name, fs type, label, size, and model. That's okay. Let's see how that. Interesting. So that didn't work, and the reason it didn't work, I'm nearly positive, is because that should not be a space. Boom, I was right. Okay, great. Okay, this is a much better layout. So I don't know if it needs this 16 megabytes. I kind of want to format the whole thing. Yeah, so I'm going to choose this. So if this is the name of it, so I'm just making sure I can see chat. I do like this alias thing, maybe. I don't know, just having a name for a drive that's like a name that's easy to remember rather than just random. I guess it's not that random, but it's more, you know. to find my, okay. How to format an NVMe using fdisk. Okay, so you're launching the program like on the disk or specifically for the disk with fdisk. Okay, so how about command fdisk command to rewrite the whole drive to ext4, right? Ugh. Gotta write down these helpful commands. All right, so this one was helpful, right? Helpful for finding drives. BLK command that outputs those things. Great. And then that's an external drive. I don't want that. Interesting. This looks like it might work, except all right, we're gonna try that. This last part just makes it that to me, like my warning like outdated sign is going off. And I am gonna do an even newer window, right? Okay. And so, no, we didn't want that one. We wanted yeah, let's do this. Okay, and now we're gonna run I'm just gonna do it two ways. That one didn't work apparently, so let's do /dev/ does that work? Okay, until you decide to write them. Be careful before using the write command. So what I did here is just explaining this command. fdisk is what you use to like manipulate drives and stuff. And then this is where the drive is located on the system. And then this is the name of the drive. I'm just gonna make sure that's the right one. N101. If it was 0, that'd be bad. I don't want to write the other drive. That'd be bad. And yeah, so it's giving me permission denied because I didn't run sudo, right? I'm not running as root. So so I simply add sudo and then type in a password and command not found. Okay. That did not work. This one's from July 2025. Let's see if this is a good resource. All right, we're gonna try this one. We're gonna try mkfs. There's a T flag. Yeah, specify the type of file system. I like this. This is promising. This is so messy. It's so messy, but you know, sometimes you just got to get it done, I guess. mkfs-t and then ext4 and dev and then boom. Found a GPU target, proceed anyway. Yeah. So what it's saying is it basically the disk has already been partitioned. It's already been like segmented out into different, you know, sections or whatever. I don't really know how to say that because I don't really understand it. And it's asking me to proceed anyway, because if I proceed anyway, it's just going to wipe all of those out, which we are going to do. So we press Y, right? Y stands for yes, N stands for no here. We press yes. And now when we run this same command, this is going to say ext4 too. All right, great. That's mission complete. So now we move on to the next thing. On to the next one. And all right, cool. We're going to end this stream, and I'll see you all in the next stream, whether it is more Campfire or any of the other projects that I have going on right now. Thanks for watching. I hope you like and subscribe. Bye.